How many caps is it now?
60, rounded off the other day.
You're well ahead of anyone else in the squad.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Obviously a very young squad, so naturally, but no, I'm very proud to get 60 caps. I think I come in quite late, reasonably late age-wise compared to some of these boys that are in the squad now. So to play consistently up until now is fantastic.
What did it mean to get the call up to this tournament, your third?
It meant a lot. It meant it was a goal that obviously I was heading towards, or trying to head towards, come the end of the season. Obviously in football you have all sorts of hurdles to get over, and first and foremost at club level we had a lot to play for with the final coming up at the end of the season. But for me, you know, was to get through that final and hopefully put in enough good performances towards the end of the season to get me in this tournament, because it's one of the greatest kind of moments that you're going to have to go and represent your country in a major tournament. So for me to take this to try and grasp this opportunity, I was delighted to get a call, of course.
Were you concerned, having not been picked in March, that your chance of going to a World Cup had gone? There's talk obviously of that phone call that comes from Gareth Southgate, and you think I might not answer that because you fear the worst, correct?
Yeah, they're never gone in my head. Even when I got left out of that, the squad, the last squad before the meet-up, obviously that was a blow. That was a kind of setback.
A wake up?
Potentially, but I knew kind of where I was at that moment. Is in a difficult period with the club, like every other squad member at that moment in time was. We had 2 or 3 months. It was a bit sticky for us, and I was obviously involved in that. And to not get the call, the meet-up just before, was obviously a setback. It was a blow, and it was kind of like, okay, it took a bit of a dint, but like I said, I'm confident in my ability and just getting the opportunity to play regularly. I always say that, you know, take an average on playing regularly. You know, don't just judge someone on 1, 2, 3 games or a month. You know, take an average, and ultimately, when you get a run of games like I did towards the end of the season, I did enough to be able to put myself back in the frame. So, again, delighted with that. I realised I had to work very hard. Realised I had a setback, but here I am.
How many honours have you won at club level?
7 as Champions League, Europa, League Cup, FA Cup, two FA Cups and 2 Premier Leagues.
A lot.
Yeah, again, which is great, because for me, growing up as a boy, just looking at the Premier League, you know, solely in the Premier League, living in England all my life, and playing the whole of my career in the Premier League, you know, to win everything in England is a dream come true for me.
So your club career you would describe as what, in a word?
Successful.
Your England career you would describe as what so far?
I would describe as proud to be able to get 60 caps. I think if you, like I said, if you look at the people who have, if you look at the English centre-backs in the last 20 years, for example, who's won everything in England, there's certainly people way above me, but there's a lot of people below me as well. So to put yourself at a level to play 60 caps for my national team for England is a proud moment. That's how I would describe it. And also, in one sense, success, because to do that is not easy when people are in front and behind you all the time, every season.
The likes of?
Well, the likes of when I come in, obviously, you know, you had John Terry, you had a lot of household names in that squad when I first arrived, and even now, you know, you've just seen a few of the boys who was involved in the last squad, you know, younger than me, and pushing you from kind of like the lads coming up as younger players doing very well in the Premier League. And when I was younger, the lads that was older and had a lot more experience than me had done a lot more in the game than me. You know, like Rio Ferdinand was in the squad when I first come in. These players are top players. So that's why I say it's proud. But also I feel like I feel there's something missing for me for that, and that's to be involved in a successful tournament. Look at friendlies, you look at qualification. We've been unbeaten now for a long time. All that's fantastic. But to get a feeling of coming to a tournament with England and coming away, having it been a great experience, is something that I'm missing in my career.
Having captured the imagination of the nation, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, and I know ultimately, you know, doing yourself proud, doing the nation proud, and coming away feeling good about the whole situation, you know. in France I felt like we had such a momentum building towards something that we could really do well in, and to slip up in the way that we did. I think a lot of people were talking about the France game once we stepped over Iceland, and it's dangerous to do that, and obviously we all know what happens from then on. So again, coming home feeling that way is horrible. So yeah, like I said, something that's missing, and opportunity. Take the opportunity in football if you can.
Was that your lowest moment in football, the Iceland game?
Yeah, I've had a lot of high moments in football, and I've also had low moments. You said about the trophies I've won. I've also lost. I've also lost in finals.
But that Iceland night, Gary Neville says he didn't see it coming. He still doesn't understand in a way how England were almost in a trance that night and couldn't get out of it.
I'd agree with that. I felt playing in the game, it was almost like, once the scoreline had gone early doors, it was such a long period of that game where it was just total possession for us, and trying to break down something in front of you where, as a defender was kind of watching everything in front, and it was so frustrating. It almost felt like we just couldn't get through, and that was the biggest frustration. Like I said, I would agree with them comments, which again is hard. I think in terms of that, yeah, for sure, it's one of the lowest moments in my career. The way that I felt that week, that night after, was horrible.
What does it act as now? Do you black it out, or do you ensure that you remember that feeling to motivate yourself now?
A bit of both. A bit of both. Like I've said before, good moments are good moments, bad moments are bad moments. Try and pitch yourself in the middle, and look at the good times, take the experience from them. Look at the bad times, take the experience from that. So, no, I won't forget it. But if I was to be selected in this tournament, would it have an impact on my game? No.
There's been a common theme. If you look maybe to the 2014 World Cup, 1-1 against Italy, 1-1 against Uruguay. If you look to the Iceland game, a failure to manage games, to deal with the pressure. What's to say it can't be? What's to say it won't be different this time? How do you get over that hurdle of game management, which I think is an issue?
Train, practice different scenarios on the pitch that you're looking to face, but
that's what you've been doing with Gareth.
There's different things that we've been working on. We're aware of these situations, and we're aware of, like I just said, like that Iceland game where we have so much of the ball, they're in a low block. Different ideas we've been working on, that if that was to happen, how would we get around it?
Does that get you over the mental panic that might set in though if it's 0-0 with 15 to go against Tunisia?
Maybe it sounds harsh to say, but that's down to you as a character. That's down to you to go on when you're on the pitch. You can do all the training like we've been doing. You can do all the preparation. You can do every scenario. It's ultimately down to you in the big game to step up and be there, to change things if it needs changing in the game. And I feel confident with this group. This group, like we said, is a very close group. Everyone gets on well. And it's not like, oh, we're all friends, great, we're going to have a good tournament. That's not the case. If you can transfer that into the game, and everyone's got each other's back, and everyone's willing to work for each other, and you can say something to an individual who will take it in the right way and maybe help change the game, then they're all good things. But ultimately, it's down to us to perform when we're in them moments.
To have the nerve.
To have the nerve, to have the mental strength. I think one of the biggest things in football is to have, I've said it loads of times before, 50% ability, 50% the person, and the mental strength, or whatever you want to call it.
You've done that. You've proved yourself a winner. You've listed your medals. There are plenty of younger players in this squad. You look at the Tottenham boys who haven't got over that hurdle of proving they can win a trophy, win maybe the key game.
But that's all goals. That's all goals in front of them. That should be something that they're so excited for, because that should be something that they're looking at, thinking, I'm so close to that. That's a goal for me. Like there's never in football a time where you sit still and you don't have a goal or a hurdle to get. I mean, as I said, when I come into the team, I come into the England squad, and just to name two, because they're top players, John Terry and Rio Ferdinand, I looked at them as, I want that. Do you know what I mean? I want them titles what you've got. I want to go on and have a career, even close to what you've done. And the younger boys coming in here, it's so exciting for them. They're at big clubs, they're at clubs that they're so close to winning things, and they should be so excited by that.
Not scared?
No, not at all. And the way they played this season, the way they played in the league this season, a load of them played in loads of massive games. There's no reason why they should be. They should be excited by all.